This is Robert Merglacci, the MindShare Learning Report. We're here at ISTE 2013 in San Antonio, Texas. Very hot Texas day here. And I got the good fortune of having a MindShare Learning moment with Jeremy Friedberg from Spongelab, who also hails from Canada and Toronto specifically. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Jeremy, you've got a couple of minutes before you head off to the airport. You just did a session on BYOD. Perhaps you can share a little bit about the latest happenings around that space and how education's embracing it here, and perhaps in Canada. Is there much of a difference that you're seeing, or how are we doing?
Certainly it's in pockets, as you see. I mean, there's the session we were doing today was around game-based learning, but also we're using technology, and the idea of every student bringing their own thing with them I believe is going to be the model going forward. The question will just be how do we support it, how do we fund it, how do we deal with low-income families, and we used to bring pencil cases to school. We had to buy it and take care of it. Devices are going to be the same way, at least in my opinion. And so looking at that, there's so much out there. There's different devices, different strategies. How do I work with it? The types of content. How do you make sense of all this? Is a real problem. What Spongelab has been doing is building technology that brings it together with not just getting it connected, but the strategy. How do I use this game with this video, with this textbook, with this the field trip? How do I stitch it together, but also deal with all the different modes of implementation? When they're at home, when they're on tablets, what are we doing? And that's really what our session was about.
Very cool. And how well were you received here? What was the reaction from some of the folks you spoke with afterwards? There were quite a few people gathered around. Obviously, you're a bit of a rock star. You got your Guitar Hero.
Yes, it does help to carry a guitar with you wherever you go. I think it was really well received. I think people are really excited about this. I think it's when it comes down to the day-to-day of making this reality, it's how do I do this and not have all this extra stuff to do? And so I think that they're really excited to see there's a solution for that.
So STEM is really a hot brand right now, yeah. Science, technology, math, and you've got some wonderful animations around focused on science. And how is that? How's the response been? You've been at this a long time. Are you seeing that tipping point happening now with educators?
Oh, for sure. The new stuff, I mean, they've always been into animations. They get the visuals.
Right.
It's playing it. It's the playable simulations that are, I don't just have to look at it or watch it, I can actually do it. And my students can try and they succeed, they can try and they can fail, and they get rewarded for that failure. It's about all of those experiences coming together, and they're ready for it now.
Fantastic. So what's next for you? You've always got a lot of
Yeah, it's
new and exciting.
It's my musical career now. There's a lot. I mean, what we're really focused on is our platform and the partnerships that are developing around that, and really looking at bringing everything together. I mean, so our system is really looking at bringing together LMSs, CMSs, content, but the approach day to day, and that's what we're really focused on and excited about.
And we look forward to chatting with you more about that. I know you got to catch a flight. Thank you so much for your time. That was Jeremy Friedberg from Spongelab. I'm Robert Merglacci, the MindShare Learning Report. Until next time, keep the learning curve steep.